Christopher Columbus was born in 1451 in Italy. His father was a wool merchant named Domenico Colombo, and his mother was Susanna Fontana Rosa. He had three younger brothers named Bartholomew, Giovanni Pellegrino, and Giacomo. He also had a sister named Bianchinetta. In 1470, he traveled the seas as a pirate, attacking ships belonging to the Moors. His ship was sunk in 1476 in a battle off Portugal. After that, he joined his brother in Lisbon to be a cartographer. A couple years later, he marries a noblewoman named Filipa Moniz. After her father passes away, he receives his charts regarding the winds and currents of the Portuguese in the Atlantic Ocean. His wife's father was also an explorer. He wanted to be like him. In 1480, Columbus and his wife have a son named Diego. Columbus had a theory that the world was round, when everyone had the idea it was flat. He also wanted to find a trade route to Asia. He was searching for sponsors to go on these expeditions. In 1484, he fails to get the patronage of the King of Portugal. Once his wife dies, Columbus moves to Cadiz in Spain, where he runs a shop supplying maps and charts. Columbus remarries in 1486 to Donna Beatriz. In the same year, he petitioned his plans about finding the trade routes to the Spanish court once again, but is refused support once again. After years of him asking for sponsors, King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella of Spain finally agreed to act as patrons to Columbus. They provided him with ships, money, and a crew. The three ships were the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. He set sail on the ocean in 1492, actually commanding the Santa Maria. A month later, there is a false land spotted. The crew is getting a little hasty at this moment, and there's a mutiny. The pirates' crew lands in what is now called the Bahamas. Columbus believed he had reached the passage to India and China. In October, they reach Cuba. A month later, the Santa Maria sinks off the coast of Hispaniola. There, he establishes the first Spanish settlement in the New World. In January of 1493, he starts to return to Spain to bring news about what he's seen. In September, he is permitted another voyage around the world. Columbus explores Hispaniola, which is now Jamaica. He encounters there the native Indians. He also establishes a Spanish settlement in Haiti and searches there for gold and other resources. In 1498, Columbus goes on a third voyage from Seville, Spain, with 6 ships. In July, he arrives near Trinidad and discovers pearls. Columbus is the first European to land in South America. News spread to Spain about problems in the Spanish settlements. Columbus got criticized for his handling of it. Eventually, after all of this is occurring, Francisco de Bobadilla was sent to investigate what was happening there. Columbus and his brothers were imprisoned on the ground of genocide, rape, and mistreatment of the natives. They were sent home in chains. In 1502, King Ferdinand pardoned Columbus and even was granted a 4th voyage. He was, however, stripped of his governor position. In 1504, Columbus returns to Spain. He dies 2 years later from arthritis. Despite the awful accusations about Columbus, he is still an important person to learn about in the history. He is the first European to discover the New World. He also proved his theory about the world being round. His crew thought they were going to sail off the face of the earth.